One of the things you have to do as a professional GM is to keep a little bit of a tabs about what are the choices that are being made, what are the decisions that people take, what are the key moments. And I've mentioned before that this is what you can jot down on the side as the game is going on. But a real skill that is a bit different to hobbyist game mastering is a skill to identify decision-making patterns. How do you do that in the middle of a game? What are the things you need to practice and understand? Firstly, understanding the basics of some decision theories and the science behind them can actually really help. So having a bit of an interest in understandings about how decisions can actually really help. This is about understanding the types of decisions people make, like rational decisions or irrational decisions or decisions under uncertainty, and the common types of problems that can go wrong in people's decision making, like biases. Another skill is analyzing historical decisions in lots of different environments. You can use past tabletop exercises as case studies. There's so many of them written up. You can have a look and analyze decisions made by participants, focusing on the processes of how they arrived at those decisions, what were the outcomes, and what kind of patterns emerge. Just generating a bit of a broader interest about how people make decisions and looking back in history and all those case studies that exist can really help. You may not be the analyst, you might just be running the games, but if you are the person taking notes on the decisions as you go, it can be really useful to upskill in this area. Another thing is to practice with a wide variety of scenarios. Exposing yourself to a wide range of scenarios exposes you to different types of decisions. For example, ethical dilemmas, or resource allocation problems, or crisis management, or leadership decisions. All of these simulated environments you may or may not have had lived experience with in your life, so it's really good to practice a lot of diverse situations in the game environment yourself. Start to try and notice at the table different people's verbal cues or non-verbal communication and the group dynamics that are at play. All of those subtle things that you can see can be really useful in understanding how decisions are approached and what could have influenced the decision. And you can start to incorporate that in your feedback sessions. You can start to ask for others' observations. Recruiting more eyeballs increases your chance of observing something interesting. Definitely, I encourage you to have critical thinking and reflection time after every exercise, or even after just general big life decisions. Consider what kind of biases might have been at play and what were the things that influenced your decision making. And one of the most important things here is to keep learning. This is one of those areas of science or art that is so incredibly complicated. Connecting with an experienced mentor who's had lots of lived experience decision making can be really useful. Or even tapping into one of the most underutilized resources in our society, older people. Usually they have such interesting stories with such different contexts, awesome examples of really complex decision making. Go have a cup of tea with grandma and try to learn more about some of the really hard decisions that they had to make throughout their lived experience. These are just some broad tips. Next, we're going to go a little bit deeper into the types of decision making that exist and some mental models about biases and decisions under uncertainty. Thanks for watching. These lessons will be dropping weekly on YouTube, but if you want to get them all right now, you can take the foundation course for free on our website, where you will also get the lesson notes, summaries, assignments, checklists that guide you through all the learning objectives we've covered. At the end of that course, you'll also get a certificate of completion and an invite to our directory and community where you can meet some other game masters and use the Long Game Project as a platform to showcase your work. If you want to take your game mastery further, completion of this course is a prerequisite to unlock the advanced professional course along with the Game Master track, where we dive deeper into the content and further along the skill tree. You can also check out some of our other free tools in the description below, including our tabletop exercise starter kit, our scenario generator, the trove of existing scenarios, our SOP checklist library, and our new RPG character sheet, CV, and LinkedIn template, which is really cool. I did mine this morning, and now all my network knows that my dump stat is probably Dex, and I'm definitely neutral good. Roll on.